Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at Northbridge Oval in the New South Wales NPL Women's Competition as the North Shore Mariners welcome the Northern Tigers. A fine start to the season for the Tigers sees them flying high in 5th place at the moment with only 1 loss from their first 5 games, whereas for the Mariners it's a bit of the opposite, sitting at the bottom of the table after 5 games played. It'll be a tough task for Ryan Grogan's team here today, coming up against one of the informed teams in the comp, and they'll be tested to the fullest by a dangerous Tigers outfit. Team lineups for the North Shore Mariners: number 21, Ashley Hughes starts in goals. Number 4, Hannah Brewer. Number 27, Sarah Perez. Number 3, Zoe Halpin. Number 7, Maddie Mirkovic. Number 17, Sophie Sullivan. Number 6, Eleni Bradley. Number 28, Marina Zhang. Number 2, Jordan Evans. Number 11, Camilla Arentoft. And number 9, Raquel Johnson. Starting for the Northern Tigers, in goals, Eliza Campbell. Number 19, Isabella Filetta. Number 6, Savet Uzunla. Number 4, Ellie Brush. Number 15, Josie Wilson. Number 10, Malia Steinmetz. Number 13, Emma Watkins. Number 14, Michelle Brown. Number 8, Maddie Bart. Number 12, Shayna Kiley. And number 9, Daisy Arrowsmith. Tigers will get us underway here this afternoon. The perfect background at Northbridge Oval for what the Mariners hope will be their first points of the 2019 season. Jason Egger's side have definitely been the surprise packets of this campaign, and he'll be hoping his side can continue their ascent up the ladder. As we said, currently lying in 5th place on the table. Big turnaround from 2018 and previous seasons. They've really shown that they belong in the NPL 1 competition with some fine results, and they'll look to build on that tonight. Of course, one of their main players, Savet Uzunla, waited to the last second fitness test to prove her fitness for today's game, and she passed that test and she starts in the centre of defence for the Tigers. She's a major part of this side, of course, the captain as well, and a true leader for the Tigers. It's Maddie Bart there losing out. Filetta throws, finds Brown. Bart on the ball once more, coming up against her former club. Well defended by Bradley. It'll be a goal kick to the Mariners. Heavy defeat last week, 7 goals. Although it was only 1 at the break, the wheels fell off in the second period. The Sydney Uni ran away 7-0 winners. And they're under a bit of pressure here now. Watkins, Bart, plays in Arrowsmith, another one coming up against her a former team. She's been in some good form early as well. Now Now the Mariners looking to start something of their own. That's quickly thwarted there by the Tigers midfield. Ball back with Campbell. Brush looks forward early. Filletta to the feet of Arrowsmith. And it's Matty Bart here getting onto the end of this ball on the edge of the area. Bart finds Arrowsmith, but she can only find the post. Well worked move there by the Tigers. Almost 1-0 very early in. Inside the 4th minute, it's the first chance of the game. Falling the way of Arrowsmith. Now under a bit of pressure. Steinmetz, she wins in and she puts the ball away. Pressure on the back line. And the Tigers are in front. Malia Steinmetz there stealing in and calmly slotting the ball beyond Ashley Hughes to give the Northern Tigers a 1-goal advantage after only 4 minutes of play. It was the first bit of pressure the Mariners faced. They couldn't deal with it, trying to play out from the back. Obviously something Ryan Grogan's pushing from his team, but it didn't work on that occasion. Some high press there from the Tigers, and again Arrowsmith this time. She steals the ball, given away there by Mirkovic. But the Mariners this time clear their lines. And again, it's not the start that Ryan Grogan would have wanted from his team after the poor start to the season they've had. And it's always difficult for a team to react when they're down, like the Mariners are now. And obviously in terms of the season I'm talking about, but when you go down early in a game too, really justifies the kind of campaign they've had so far. And Uzunla there plays in early, and it's Arrowsmith for a second. Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Daisy Arrowsmith through the legs of Ashley Hughes, and it's 2-0 to the Northern Tigers. It's 2 goals in 2 minutes, and it's not looking good for the Mariners. Not good at all for the North Shore Mariners after only 6 minutes. It's Northern Tigers 2, North Shore Mariners 0. And again, Steinmetz this time and Uzunla combining with Steinmetz playing a nice ball in. The goal scorer finding Arrowsmith. And a deft little touch from Arrowsmith through the legs of Hughes. Jason Egger will be very pleased with his team's start to this one. Bradley on the ball. Looks central but can't find anyone. And now the Tigers look to break once more. Maddie Bart on the ball. Poor cross straight into the hands of Hughes. She had Kylie and Arrowsmith in there. Arrowsmith lurking, looking for a second after only a few minutes of play. She's already got 3 for the season. That's number 4. Steinmetz again on the ball. Looks wide for Kylie. Both teams have gone through restructures through the off-season, and the Mariners started the last campaign very well, and after the first 4 or 5 rounds they were near the top of the table. They fell off the pace as the season wore on. The Tigers were very much a mid to low table team, but this year they've really recruited well, and the results are showing after only 5 rounds, and this round will push them into the top 3 if results go their way. Johnson looks wide for Evans, but the Tigers win the ball, and now they look to go the other way once more. They look dangerous every time, but Arrowsmith can't find Killy at the left, on the left wing. Halpin looks long for Johnson, but Campbell's all over that one. And they look to play from the back. Brown on the ball, turns a 2 mark as well, finds Servet Uzunla. And if the result keeps going this way, Uzunla will definitely be making her way to the bench soon to rest up whatever injury she is carrying. And Steinmetz in the ball now. Ball's cleared by the Mariners. Wilson. Brush. Brown. Another good turn by Brown in midfield. Not much support there for Brush, but she still holds on to the ball. Well cleared there by Mirkovic. Poor back pass, and it's a corner. Worked out better that it's a corner for the Mariners because the Tigers look like they could be in once more. And now Uzunla and Brush will both move forward for this corner. Uzunla going to sit just outside the box for any rebounds, but she decided not to risk that injury, and the coach has told her to stay back instead of moving forward. So another opportunity. They've crowded the keeper here. Up at the far post, and it's another goal for the Northern Tigers. It's 3-0 now after only 11 minutes of play. And it's Maddie Bart against her former club. Rises at the far post to head the ball into the back of the net. "11 minutes in and already 3-0 to the Northern Tigers." This could get very ugly now for the Mariners if they don't recover quickly. Bart on the ball, the goal scorer. Well defended by Bradley. Valletta with a throw once more. But manages to get the ball. Brush lays it back to a goalkeeper, Campbell. Campbell almost getting caught on that one, but confident enough to play it to Steinmetz. So it's Bart on the ball once more. Very active in almost all Northern Tigers attacks early. Maddie Bart coming up against her former club. She'll be highly motivated in this one. Bart and Arrowsmith, a few players that did leave the Mariners last year, including a couple that also moved on to the Northwest Sydney Koalas. We saw Ariella Cabezas last week. She grabbed the hat-trick. It's another corner here for the away side, but the Mariners managed to clear this time. Yeah, Ariella Cabezas really showed some quality last week with a hat-trick. Another player the Mariners couldn't keep a hold of. Bart with the throw. And Brown crosses toward the middle. Mariners clear. Only as far as Steinmetz. And Arrowsmith in again. Daisy Arrowsmith. And somehow Killy's missed an open goal. Should have found the back of the net there. Arrowsmith's shot come through ball. Found her at the far post, but she managed to miss the whole goal. She won't want to see that one again. She might want to have it back again. It's a brush on the ball. She'll start again. Good build-up play from the Tigers. They're not rushing any of their plays. Commentators curse, they give it straight away. It will be interesting to see how the Tigers fare against some of the teams battling them for that top five, those top five positions. At the moment, they're definitely one of the favourites to finish in that top five, if not even higher, the way they've started the campaign. Arrowsmith back for Steinmetz. Steinmetz looks wide, finds Bart. Bart with a heavy touch. The ball still with the Tigers. Brown gives it away this time. Johnson loses out in her battle with Uzunla. It's Johnson once more. Again, the Mariners can't keep the ball for more than 2 or 3 passes. The Tigers are quick to press them high and win the ball as early as possible. And Uzunla looking for a forward run. And another 1 inches wide. This time Emma Watkins. North Shore Mariners defence there looked a bit shaky, didn't move much, very caught square. Watkins should have tapped it over Hughes and it should have been 4. Could have been 5 by now. Not a good start for the Mariners at all. Uzunla rises well, finds Killy. Steinmetz. Uzunla. Brush. Uzenla looking for another forward run. Combines well with Bart, but she can't find Filletta. Very active, this midfield trio from the Tigers at the moment. Really want to get on the ball, and Bart's been slightly more into the game than Killy on the left wing. Nevertheless, the midfield's working extremely well for the Tigers. They have been gifted a lot of space. Again, Campbell likes to get tricky there. Lots of goalkeepers think they're outfield players. We had one last week and we got another one this week. Of course, this year, Football New South Wales is broadcasting all 6 games live from the NPL women's competition. Another 5 games on offer today. 4 have already got underway, with 1 set to kick off in about half an hour's time. Fantastic initiative from Football New South Wales for women's football. Of course, the men's competition also broadcast, as well as the NPL Women's 2 competition and Men's 2 competitions, with 1 game a week each from those respective competitions. Lots of live football on offer for all those fans of the State League. And the Tigers have another opportunity here from another set piece. Brown walks up to this one. Options in the middle. The Tigers have been threatening from all set pieces so far in this one. Near post, but Arentoft manages to clear the Danish international, Camilla Arentoft, wearing number 11 for the Mariners. Brush has Killy all alone. Finds Arrowsmith, who sends it wide to Killy. Zhang battles there in midfield and ends up winning a throw for her side. Another ball given away by the Mariners. Dangerous territory. Brown. Wilson has been fairly quiet so far in the first half. Hasn't had much to do defensively, but doesn't want to push too far forward. Must be extremely difficult for Ryan Grogan to watch his side go through this. It's 10 goals conceded in 2 games, with still just under 70 minutes to come in this one. But here's Johnson with an opportunity now, given a ball given away by Brush. Arentoft has Johnson in the middle. Still Arentoft, and she may not have won her team a corner, and it's a goal kick. Thought she'd come close there to winning her team a corner. So Halpin also pushed in there in support, but Arentoft couldn't find a teammate. Campbell goes long. Uzenla handballs there and well spotted by the linesman. And this will give the Mariners a good opportunity now, deep in the opposition half. good chance to create something. All they need is a well-delivered cross. But it looks like nobody wants to take it. Zoe Halpin finally moves over to take it. She leaves it for Hannah Brewer. Brewer's got 4 to aim for in the box. Brewer looks for Johnson. The flag's up. It's offside. Good opportunity for the Mariners. It's a little bit better from them. Encouraging signs somewhat. Zhang tries to get past Steinmetz. Almost does. But Brush recovers well to sweep up the ball, and she's giving it straight away there to Bradley. It's Mirkovic. Sullivan goes back to Mirkovic, who sends it long. Wilson clears it out for a throw-in. Uzunla, Steinmetz, Maddie Barr, who's now swapped sides with Killy. Moved over to the left wing. Killy's come to the right. And looks like the Tigers have just lost their concentration, giving away a few silly balls. And it's Arontoff now running at Wilson for the second time. But fine defending there by the left back. Does well to win that ball. Uzunla combines well, Killy and Filletta. Filletta again to Killy. Killy's got one in the box. Poor ball there by Killy, and it'll be a goal kick to the Mariners. This pitch has one of the nicest views arguably in the league. Beautiful golf course next door. Fine views of the city. If you haven't been here, it's a nice place to come watch a game of football. An excellent backdrop, especially when there's lots of goals like we have so far. 3-0 to the Northern Tigers. 3-0 after just over 10 minutes. Steinmetz, Killy and Maddie Bart all getting on the score sheet. Uzunla. Filletta, left by Killy. Good ball by Filletta, but offside. The assistance flag's been raised. And the Mariners seem to have settled somewhat. And it's a little bit better from them. Still lots of room for improvement. Cleared away by the Mariners. Evans plays a poor ball back, and Steinmetz crosses another great ball. Well defended by Mirkovic. Filletta back for Brush. Brush loses out there to Halpin, and Halpin looks for Johnson. Johnson on the turn has not much in support. Still turning, but eventually loses out. Mirkovic now. To the feet of Piriz, who finds Bradley, but Bradley plays the ball straight into the Tigers' feet. And that was probably the most passes the Mariners have put together in this first half. Again, the Tigers pressing high and winning a free kick. Hannah Brewer making the foul, and she's not happy with the referee's call, and she's letting her know. Uzunla now standing over this set piece. She'll go long. Or not. Mariners Zhang reacts well. And it's a foul. Made by Filetta. After a heavy first touch.
Oh, good. Halfway. Okay.
Uzunla rises highest, but can only head the ball out for a throw-in. Wilson finds Uzunla. Uzunla under pressure from Johnson, but she deals with that well. Brown back to Brush. Another good ball here, and it's Arrowsmith looking for a second of the afternoon. Well defended though by the Mariners. Not decisive enough in the final third there, Arrowsmith, who's on 4 goals this season after 6 games. Good return for her so far. It's 15 minutes to go in the first half, and the Northern Tigers lead by 3 goals to 0. After an explosive first 10 minutes, the game sort of calmed down. The Tigers still had a couple more chances to go further in front. Couldn't capitalise on them. It's Filetta. Has Bart in front of her, but she can't find Bart. It's Uzunla now. She moves forward into the space. Still Uzunla. Finds Steinmetz. But there's no run being made on that right wing for her. Tigers have controlled this game very well. Haven't given the Mariners a sniff yet. Mariners without a shot after 30 minutes of play. Filetta can't get past Bradley. Sprays the ball wide to Arontoft. Pires gives the ball away and gives the Tigers another opportunity, but she makes up for her error. Brown back to Uzunla. Filetta. Hughes stays on the line and the ball trickles out for a North Shore Mariners goal kick. And the game's moved into a lull now, and not much happening on either end. Uzunla again first to the ball. Seems to be the major issue here for the Mariners. They're second to almost every ball. The Tigers just hungrier at the moment. They really want it more than their opposition. Hughes clears upfield. Only as far as Steinmetz now, and it's Arrowsmith. Arrowsmith bearing down on Hughes. Just wide. Looked a good challenge there from the North Shore Mariners defender, but seems as Arrowsmith has placed the ball wide of the target. It's another good opportunity gone for the away side. Manly United and the Northwest Sydney Koalas currently playing out a 0-0 draw at half time. Stingrays lead against Bankstown by 2-0. And at Peter Moore Field it's 2-2 between Sydney Olympic and Macarthur Rams. Real battle, that one there. Of course, Sydney Olympic will be our match of the round next Easter Monday as they travel to Jensen Park to take on Bankstown City. And then we're back only 3 days later on Anzac Day. Once more Sydney Olympic. This time at home. Hosting Manly United. Manly, another team that's been finding the going tough in 2019. Lots of injuries and player unavailabilities. Uzunla. Wide for Brush. But she's gone quiet since she switched sides as well. The Mariners do want to play, but it's just not working out for them. Try to play the ball out. Tigers high press. Seen them come up with the ball almost every time. It's Killy. Gets past her player easy. Comes back though. Beats her defender well. Looks into the box. Still with her. It's Filletta now. Hughes gets us restarted from the goal kick. And again, as you saw just there, no Mariners player whatsoever getting in on the action. Not one making a tackle, not one rising for the header to challenge a Tigers player. And that's what they're missing. This is what they need, more of this. And it's Sophie Sullivan finds Johnson, but Johnson's offside once more. And great work by Sullivan down the right. Best player of the day so far, really, for the Mariners. They haven't had much. Wilson shields the ball out, and she's got the throw in now. Ball back with the Tigers once more. Again, another given away ball from the North Shore Mariners. Must be frustrating for their coach on the sideline, seeing so many balls given away. Passing completion rate must be extremely low for the Mariners, especially compared to their opponents today, who've held the ball very well. It's Arrowsmith looking for Filletta, who will get there and win her side a corner. No, the linesman decided to come off her last, and she's given a goal kick. Mariners need to catch some sort of a break, and I guess that's what they need there. Uzenlau with some fine skill there, juggling the ball over her opponent. Brown flicked out wide now to Filletta, who's got lots of options in the box. She takes her time though. Found Watkins, but Watkins gave the ball straight away. It's a throw into the Mariners. Bradley to take. Risky throw there. Almost caught out by Arrowsmith. Brewer to Hughes. Hughes under a bit of pressure, as is Mirkovic, but she does well to keep the ball. The Mariners number 7 has done fairly well so far in a team that's struggled in this game. Great ball by Uzenla, but the offside flag's been raised, and Maddie Bart would have been close. Look tight from here. Here's Arrowsmith. Steinmetz in the middle. Arrowsmith goes alone. Blocked by Brewer. Arrowsmith crosses once more. Keeley now. Out wide for Filletta. Good ball by Filletta. But Uzenla was offside anyway. Not sure what she's doing in nosebleed territory, a bit far from her position. Time to jog back. Seems like she's moved into midfield though, so we'll give her the benefit of the doubt there. Bankstown City's pulled a goal back against the Stingrays, and it's 2-1. Almost full time there. Be a major surprise if Bankstown can pull something out of that one. Down the coast, not an easy place to go to. Stingray's doing a fine job this season as well. It's still 2-2 between Olympic and MacArthur as well. Mariners trying to get out of this corner. Clearance almost goes wrong, but falls to the feet of the Mariners once more. And Uzunla now on the ball. Fine touch. Steinmetz almost finds Arrowsmith, who would have been in on Hughes once more. And the Mariners are very lucky that moving into half-time, it's only 3. Could have been much worse for them. With a couple gilt-edged opportunities slipping away from the away side. They've still got time to add. Again, the Mariners look to play the ball out. And all Northern Tigers players are in the opposing half, with 5 in the final third pressing on the Mariners' defence. Ryan Grogan will have to address that at the break. It's obviously a problem. They're struggling to deal with the high press. There's just no outlet once they're able to clear that ball. There's no outlet up front. It's very easy for Uzunla and Brush in the centre of defence. Watkins back for Filletta, who keeps the ball in. Poor ball by Filletta into the hands of Hughes. Mirkovic almost caught on the ball by Steinmetz. He's Zhang, but Brush is there to clear the ball away. Steinmetz finds Bart. The referee's given a corner. Bart and Killian both much quieter since they've switched positions. They might look to go back to their starting positions in the second half. And it's half time here at Northbridge Oval. The Northern Tigers lead the North Shore Mariners by 3-0, courtesy of 3 early goals inside the first 10 minutes. Malia Steinmetz, Maddie Barr and Daisy Arrowsmith all finding their names on the score sheet. Ryan Grogan has some work to do at the break to try and spark his team in what's been a disappointing first half for the Mariners. It's North Shore Mariners 0, Northern Tigers 3. Here at Northbridge Oval, so North Shore Mariners trail the Northern Tigers by 3-0. And we're back here for the second half at Northbridge Oval as the North Shore Mariners trail the Northern Tigers by 3-0. 3 early goals to the Northern Tigers have them travelling very well to start this first half, this game here, and it's not at all what the Mariners needed after what's been a very disappointing start to the 2019 season. In scores from around the ground, the Manly United and Northwest Sydney Koalas are currently locked at 0-0. The Illawarra Stingrays lead Bankstown City by 2-1, and at Petermore Field, the North Sydney Olympic and Macarthur Rams are locked in a 2-2 draw at the moment, with Sydney Olympic just missing a penalty to take a 3-2 lead with just over 10 minutes remaining. And it's Emma Watkins now here for the Northern Tigers, but well defended by Mitkovic, and it's a corner for the Tigers. They've started this second period much the same as they did the first, with an early opportunity. Remember, they did take the lead after only 4 minutes, doubled that advantage by the 6th minute, and were 3-0 in front by the 10th. And they're going for a similar tactic that led to the second goal when they crowded the goalkeeper from a corner. Michelle Brown taking the set piece for the away side. And Brown almost goes direct, but well held by Ashley Hughes in the Mariners' goal. And that tactic's been used well by not just the Tigers, by many teams across the world, crowding the goalkeeper. You're always in danger of fouling the keeper, but in this case, the Tigers did well not to foul, and Hughes did just as well to hold on to the ball. The Northern Tigers once again looking very comfortable, much like the first half, keeping possession well, especially in midfield. This trio has done extremely well. Brown, Watkins and Steinmetz, who scored the first goal. Jasmine Maguire has made her way onto the pitch at half-time, replacing Sarah Perez for the Mariners. Now it's Brown going the other way. Steinmetz. Brush. Wilson. And Maddie Bart still on the left wing. Looks for Arrowsmith. It's Arrowsmith with an opportunity, and she's made it 4. It's the second of the game for Daisy Arrowsmith, and it's 4-0 to the Northern Tigers. 4 minutes into the second period. They almost struck at the exact same time as they did in the first half. And again, Mariners not clearing their defensive lines, and the Tigers jumping on the error and making them pay immediately after the break. And Ryan Grogan's halftime team chat has gone straight out the window. Johnson loses out there to Brush, and it's Servet Uzunla. Tigers captain was almost ruled out before kickoff, but she passed a late fitness test to cement her spot in this starting 11. She's key to this team this season with so much experience. And it's Arrowsmith moving in again. This time Watkins plays in Bart. But Bart shoots just wide. Doesn't test Hughes. And Uzunla now into the opposition box to the far post. She had Bart there waiting, but couldn't get onto the end of it. And the Mariners have recovered well. Arentoft back for Mirkovic, who's in a bit of trouble, and she clears. The right move to make when you're under pressure with 3 Northern Tigers players on your back. The pressure these Tigers players are putting on the Mariners is really telling. And it's Uzunla now. Uzunla! Just wide. She's having a laugh. I think she wants to get in on the action. She's better off jogging back to her position in the center of defense. Brush looks for Watkins. Arentoft as well, but gives the ball away very quickly. Miscommunication in midfield there by the Mariners. It's allowed Uzunla to pick up the ball. She's won a free kick. Killy goes on her own, gets past the defender. Arrowsmith on a hat-trick now. Ball to the far post. Maddie Bart again the target, but again she can't get into the end of the ball, and that's going to hurt on this pitch. She's going to have a graze for a couple days. They do burn on this synthetic. And she's shown off her battle scars there. She's going to have fun having a shower after this one. Uzunla getting nice and tricky in the midfield, showing her silky touches and quick feet. She played with a lot of experience. Wilson under pressure does well. Finds Steinmetz, who plays the ball wide back to Brush, and Brush spreads for Killy. Killy again trying to get past the defender this time. Mariners defenders do well. Defense has been a major issue for the Mariners. They've lost 7-0 in each of their last 2 games, as well as conceding another 10 before that, and then another 4 here tonight. And as we said earlier, Uzunla was questionable for this game. She did start, and she's being replaced now by Emma Smith. Smart move there by Jason Egger. And that's the luxury he has, taking off his best player after 55 minutes to rest her up and make sure she's ready to go next week. Remember, all games next Monday, Easter Monday, 6 games. Our match of the round takes us to Jensen Park as Bankstown City hosts Sydney Olympic. Brown, and she's gone down in the box, and I thought the referee would point to the spot, but she's chosen not to. It looked a definite penalty. The Tigers go again. Ball given away by Brown. One back quickly by Wilson. Watkins, tough ball for Bart. She couldn't get into that one. Wilson. Brush. Lots of space on the right hand side. For Folletta, if they can find her. And Killy. And they work their way there very nicely. So the substitute Emma Smith now finds Killy. They're giving it away. Mirkovic coughs up possession, and Arrowsmith for the hat-trick. But she's put that one over the bar, and she really should have got that shot on target. It was another good opportunity for the away side. That's 3 or 4 really, really good chances they should have put in the back of the net. They're lucky they got the luxury of being 4 goals ahead, so it doesn't really matter. Johnson now for the Mariners. Halpin plays the ball straight into the feet of Maddie Barr. Mirkovic does well once more. Sullivan and Arontoft combine. Sullivan looks wide but has minimal options, and she's forced to give the ball straight to the Tigers' number 10. Bit of a late challenge there. on Watkins, but the ref says nothing giving. It's a bit of ping pong now. Neither side can really get on the ball and keep some possession. Steinmetz. Wilson. Brown. Filletta looks into the middle, brings the ball into the middle, finds Smith. Matty Bart now. The Mariners have closed down a lot more options now through midfield. They've forced the Tigers to give the ball away. Zoe Halpin, but she's played it to nobody, and it's easy for Brush to pick up and thwart the danger. But again, the Mariners win the ball in midfield. Zoe Halpin again. Maguire. Mirkovic almost gets caught with a poor ball from the substitute Maguire, and that was surely a foul on Steinmetz. And would you believe the MacArthur Rams have taken a 3-2 lead against Sydney Olympic deep into stoppage time? It's double substitution here. Mirkovic and Zhang coming off. Being replaced by Tessa Clout and Gemma Gray. Killy looking to get onto the end of this one, but Brewer gets there first, gives it away to Killy. Arrowsmith on her own looking for a hat-trick, but Killy didn't play the ball to her, and instead Hughes has pulled off a good save. Another opportunity gone begging for the away side. And this could be the win number 2 for the MacArthur Rams. 2 massive victories, and it'll be the first loss of the season for Sydney Olympic. If they can hold out deep into stoppage time, 6th minute of stoppage time. Remember, at 2-2, Sydney Olympic had a chance from the spot, but they didn't take advantage of their opportunity, blasting the ball over the bar. And it's full time at Peter Moore Field. MacArthur Rams have come up 3-2 winners against league-leading Sydney Olympic. 2 straight victories for the Rams now. We'll see them propel themselves up the ladder. Deep ball in, Killy gets on the end, but Maguire clears for the Mariners. Brown now for Killy. Almost slots in the number 14, but good defending from the Mariners. It's an improved defensive display somewhat from the Mariners in this second 45. Arrowsmith feeds Hannah Brewer. Brewer with a great ball for Johnson. And here's an opportunity for the home side to get themselves on the score sheet. But Eliza Campbell stands strong to save well, but Johnson really should have put that effort away. It was fine ball by Brewer over the top of the Northern Tigers defence, catching him square and allowing Johnson space to run onto Eliza Campbell, but the keeper's been caught on once this whole game and she's made a good save to keep her clean sheet so far after 65 minutes. The Northern Tigers lead by 4 goals to 0. It's Wilson now leading an attack on the other end. Wilson for Arrowsmith, but she shoots wide. And it seems like it was blocked by Brewer, but that's another opportunity for Arrowsmith to pick up her hat-trick. Gone begging. She'll be disappointed. She could have had almost 2 hat-tricks had she put her chances away today. And it's another set piece now for the away side. They have been dangerous from these all game. And they've come closer. Maddie Barr looks to squeeze it in. But it's been saved by Hughes. She almost squeezed that in at the far post. She popped up at the far post in the first half and scored one. And she's almost done it again. Stretching in, and I think the Northern Tigers will crowd Hughes again. It seems to be the go-to move from the away side on in-swinging corners.
My chocolate days are over.
They decided not to this time. Has caused the Mariners some trouble. And it's a deeper corner this time to the edge of the box. Mariners managed to clear their lines. Wilson restarts the play for the Tigers. Smith, good ball in for Brown, but Brown loses possession. And Gemma Gray now looking to start something for the Mariners. With this Northern Tigers defence very hard to break down. One of the best defences in the league so far this campaign. They've only conceded 3 goals in 5 games. This is the 6th match now. Killy makes her way onto the bench. She's replaced by number 7, Hannah McNulty. It's Arrowsmith now. She looks to play in Johnson, but Campbell's there off her line early. Picks up the loose ball, and Steinmetz now looking to restart the attack for the away side. McNulty.
Oh, great touch.
Watkins heads on for Wilson. But Tessa Clout, the substitute, reacts well to clear the ball out for another Northern Tigers corner. It's 3 in quick succession here for the away team. Just over 20 minutes to go here in Northbridge Oval, and the Northern Tigers lead by 4 goals to 0 against the North Shore Mariners. The Mariners heading for a 6th straight defeat to open their campaign. while the Northern Tigers will see themselves rise further up the ladder with today's victory, if they can hold out, which I'm sure they will. It's a fine start to the season for Jason Egger's team. Just one defeat so far this season. And it came very early in the season. It was the first game of the season against the Football New South Wales Institute at Valentine Sports Park. Another game that was match of the round. Arrowsmith wins the ball in the Mariners box, but they managed to get rid of the danger, and now they look to break the other way. It's Gemma Gray, but there's no one out left. Jordan Evans was arriving late, but she started her run too late. And Maddie Bart's gone back to the right wing where she was so dangerous in the first half. Harentoft plays the ball back to Clout. Maguire to Gray. Gray loses the ball in midfield. A great challenge once more. And Arrowsmith now waiting for Maddie Bart for support. She finds Bart. Watkins in the middle. And it's a great save by Hughes. I'm not sure how much she knew about it. But another save for the Mariners keeper. And the Northern Tigers really should be up 6 or 7-0. It's a great run here by Sophie Sullivan. It's not the first time she's done it in this game, but not much support for the right winger. Johnson wins the ball in midfield, and now the substitute Gray almost had the ball in a dangerous position for the home side. Northern Tigers will just settle the game down now. Became a bit frantic there for a second. And Watkins looks for McNulty, but she can't find her. Wilson with a throw now. There's McNulty in support. Wilson again. Plays the ball back to Brush. Poor ball by Brush straight to the feet of the Mariners number 9, Raquel Johnson. And now Gemma Gray looking to put a bit of pressure on Eliza Campbell. But the Tigers deal with this without an issue. The linesman's given a Mariners throw here. And Arentoft now breaks into the box. Good opportunity. Johnson! And she's shot just wide of the goal. Eliza Campbell had no chance if that shot was on target. She was moving the other way. Johnson really should have had a double in this one. Good work from Arontoft to get into the box and square the ball up for the Mariners number 9. It's a perfect reason why goalkeepers should be thankful to their outfield players. You won't get a midfielder tying a striker's boots, that's for sure. It's a Northern Tigers throw. Zoe Halpin winning the ball. And Watkins looking for some support in midfield, but doesn't get any. Maddie Bart still working hard for the Tigers. Now Arrowsmith and Watkins putting some pressure on the last line of defence. And Maddie Bart's one in, and here's Arrowsmith for the hat-trick, and she's got it this time. Daisy Arrowsmith makes no mistake, finding the back of the net, calmly placing the ball beyond Ashley Hughes to make it 5-0 for the Northern Tigers with 15 minutes to go. She scored as many goals as she has this season in this one game and takes her tally up to 6 goals for the campaign. She scored a hat-trick against her former club. That one would hurt the Mariners, faithful, that's for sure. It has been a much better performance from the Mariners in this second half, but it's still not good enough. Northern Tigers too strong here today. Sullivan almost breaks through there. Could have been dangerous had she gotten past Wilson. Another poor ball back. Causes some pressure now for the Tigers, but Hughes gets the ball away. Only as far as Brown, and it's Watkins on the volley. She sent that ball to hole 18 on the golf course. It was a good opportunity. Her eyes lit up. She couldn't find the target. And it's still 5-0 for the Tigers. Just over 10 minutes to go. Steinmetz. And Hughes couldn't pick that up. She wasn't sure whether it'd be a back pass or not. And Brown now on the ball. Another poor giveaway. And it's McNulty with an opportunity. And it's a post for Arrowsmith. She almost had her 4th. She really could have had a double hat-trick in this one. Nice work there by McNulty to slip in her number 9. Good vision to see her all alone. And unselfishness by the Northern Tigers players. Important part of this team's rise up the ladder. They play very much like a team. No individual puts themselves ahead of each other. And Watkins looks for Bart. Did seem to get fouled, and the referee has brought it back. There's a bit of a late hit there. on the number 14. Good call by the referee. Wilson. Of course, the away side are playing without their captain for the last 20 minutes of this one. She did come off. And Hughes does well to keep that from crossing the line. Almost beaten by her own centre back's head. But she recovered well to keep that one out. Seveuzanla was a doubt for this one, but she, like a captain does, grit her teeth and made for the field. And once the side was comfortably out in front by 4 goals, Jason Egger decided to give her a rest and throw Emma Smith onto the park instead of her. The Northern Tigers are still pushing. They want more from this game. The Mariners did lose their last 2 games by 7 goals to 0. Here goes Johnson now, the other way, but well defended by McNulty, the substitute. She's given the ball straight back though. And just as quickly, the Northern Tigers regain possession. Maddie Bart was looking for the run from Arrowsmith, but she didn't get it on this occasion. Arrowsmith really has run herself into the ground. She hasn't stopped for the whole 80 minutes so far. Hannah Brewer looks to the left but gives the ball straight up to the Northern Tigers. Smith looks for McNulty. Great work by Sullivan, who's played in Johnson, and Eliza Campbell does well to come out. She's sweeper keepered that one. Arrowsmith finally gets a rest for all her hard work today. A hat-trick for the number 9 against her former club. She's been replaced by Murray Saba. Aaron Toff now on the right wing. She's beaten Wilson with a fine touch, and I think that was a shot. It wasn't good enough, nevertheless. It'll be a goal kick for Eliza Campbell. Exchanging a few words with some fans behind the goal. Sullivan has been pretty good for the Mariners today in that right back. Hasn't been an easy afternoon having to deal with Maddie Bart and Shayna Kiley for the whole game. And here goes the substitute McNulty, but again Sullivan to the rescue. Well played by the right back once more. ball given away. But she's recovered well. Brown still doesn't win the ball. And Zoe Halpin this time gives up possession. Eliza Campbell picks up the ball and settles play down, finds Brush. Brown there in a tough battle with Gray. She wins the free kick in the end. And it'll be a corner to the Northern Tigers with 4 minutes to go into the closing stage of this game now. .29 goals conceded in 6 games for the North Shore Mariners. Not the statistic you'd like beside your name this early on in the season, but it does give Ryan Grogan something to definitely work on moving forward. Short corner, McNulty on the end of that one. Ball cross gets blocked. Steinmetz.
Good ball. Oh.
And Brush is offside. It was another good play from the Tigers. Saba pressing here. Maguire loses out to Watkins in midfield. Now Watkins looking for options. Poor ball by McNulty and Maddie Bart's all alone. Watkins now looks for Maddie Bart, but she's offside. And it looks like the Mariners just want this one to end now. Probably felt like that since the 10th minute. Hasn't been easy for them today. Depending on other results, the Northern Tigers could move as high as second place. We know the Stingrays have beaten Bankstown City 2-1, so they can't jump the Stingrays, but they can jump Sydney Uni and the Institute depending on their results, and they have already gone above Sydney Olympic, who lost earlier today 3-2 to the MacArthur Rams. Sydney Olympic could drop as low as 6th at the end of today from equal first. The competition's never been tighter. Only 5 points separating first to 7th. After 6 games, probably the tightest comp in all competitions across the state. Shows the level playing field of all the sides. And Brown's lost the ball there in midfield, slipped up on it. It's given the Mariners an opportunity, and Here's Johnson. Lays it off for Gray, but Gemma Gray shoots just wide. And we're moving into the final 30 seconds. Up to the referee's discretion how much time she adds on. Steinmetz looks for Saba, but Sullivan, she has Sullivan there for company. And Tessa Clout clears. Only as far as Geordie Evans, who can't take control of the ball. And we're into stoppage time now at Northbridge Oval. Shouldn't be too much time added on here. One last chance, possibly for the Tigers to grab a sixth, but the ball's trickled out of play. Mariners clear upfield, but again, no challenge on the ball from the girls in yellow. Brown looking for a quick free kick, but the Northern Tigers want another, and they've sent up players into the box. Brush has gone up. She's gone for goal. Michelle Brown, I don't think Ellie Brush will be too happy with that. She wanted to get a header on that one and find herself on the score sheet. Aaron Toft now for the Mariners. Wilson does well to win her side a goal kick, and possibly the last play of the game. Eliza Campbell to get us restarted now. Johnson. Gray looks to get on the end of this one. Campbell's there at quick again. Looks for Bart early, but flicks on for Saba. Saba keeps it in, but only just. But there's Sullivan once more. And Sullivan shields the ball out for a goal kick. And that's full time at Northbridge Oval. The Northern Tigers run out 5-0 winners against the North Shore Mariners. A hat-trick to Daisy Arrowsmith, who takes her season tally to 6. And a goal each to Maddie Bard and Malia Steinmetz. Be sure to join us next week on Easter Monday as we travel to Jensen Park for the match of the round between the Bankstown City Lions and Sydney Olympic FC. Thanks for tuning in once more to Football New South Wales' live stream of the New South Wales NPL Women's Competition.
They look a bit chubby today, don't they? These ones are alright. Yeah, no, I put them on this morning and I was like, oh no. See you later. See you. Oh, yeah. And cheese, one of these. See you later.
Well, whilst you're listening at home, I really enjoyed your commentary.
Thank you.
Well done.